Looking at old, medieval, and Renaissance maps of Europe, and you begin to see that they're a bit different from the road atlases and Google Maps of today. Along with lumpy land masses and creative ways to portray a not flat Earth on a flat map, they're often covered in extravagant illustrations. Angel babies blowing wind, ships that would be the size of countries, and of course sea monsters. Why did they put these things on allegedly very serious tools? Did they actually believe in these sea monsters, or were they just sick of drawing Sicily over and over again and just had this cathartic artistic release? Well, yes and no. Like everything in history, it's a little more complicated than that. So to understand these maps, we must understand the people and the time that produced them. The world was a very different place back then. Not everything was known, not everything could be known, and people were okay with that. The Americas and Eastern Asia were unknown, Africa and West Asia were basically defined by word of mouth, and Europe itself was constantly redefined by professional interpretation. Whatever knowledge the cartographers lacked had to be explained, so they could let the land end and write things like terra incognita or parts unknown, or my favorite, here be dragon. But science and zoology were as lacking as geography, so why not stick a creature in there? It's more interesting. To add to that, these maps were presented with more information than just where things were. It was important for the sailors that used them to identify safe passages. Sea monsters often portrayed areas with very bad weather or pirate hotspots. And then there were other illustrations with other commonly understood symbolism. Next, these maps were a huge investment. Cartographers did not have satellites, and instead had to depend on stars, surveys, and math to chart out the lands. Usually they would come along on multiple month-long voyages and map out everything they saw, while meticulously measuring everything to make sure it was absolutely perfect. All of those man-hours added up, so if governments and businessmen were investing a lot in cartography anyway, why not make it beautiful? Think of the Apple Corporation. The computer one. Their style and design is supposed to portray a quality to their products, but it's interesting to compare Apple to these maps, and it exemplifies the differences of taste between us and the Renaissance Europeans. Apple is about trimming everything down to the elements, while these maps stuff something in pretty much every space they can. How could these powerful design decisions resonate the same emotions in the customers that purchase them? Think about your life compared to theirs. Think about all the commercial art and otherwise you've seen today. I bet just to see this video, you had to go through about 5 design logos, ads, and other design elements. Look around the space you're seeing this video. Even if you're outside, I bet you can count at least 30 things with attention-grabbing art. It's no wonder simplicity is so much more appealing. It's refreshing, and it's the fastest way to grab our attention. It's like a negative space in the modern-day life. Now think of the Renaissance European. Only the wealthy could see art or anything trying to be art, and kings and queens would not see much on any given day or month, so no wonder they would admire such a saturation of detail. Maps were delightful and important. It was an engagement of pleasure to break up the other 2 things they had to do that day. While for us, the map is only a tool. It should stay out of our way as we extract every detail we can from it. No distraction. There's enough of those to snag us from the 1,000 things we have to do within the next hour. A sea serpent swimming around Google Maps would be ridiculous to us. Even if it applied it wasn't a good day for swimming or something. Our aesthetics are quiet and direct, while theirs are detailed and engaging. So the last sea monster may have been laid to rest and will probably never return. However, quite a few have been preserved and can still be enjoyed even with their irrelevancy. I don't think the same could be said about Google Maps 500 years from now. Thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe.